And I've noticed that, with so much change in the response to climate shifting on our planet, what is often overlooked with so much that is lost is the loss to the diverse varieties of seed. And as an educator, I'm often thinking, what is the best way, the most compelling way that we can speak to the significance of saving seed? And so I'd love to hear from you about, in particular, the importance of maintaining our locally adapted and culturally significant seed.
So, Annalise, I came to see the imperative to save seeds because I'd watched how the Green Revolution had created monocultures and destroyed the most fertile, productive land of Punjab. And that's why the violence erupted in 84. And that's what I studied and wrote the book. But then I came across the companies that wanted to own the seed and patent the seed, the same companies that made the chemicals and created the Green Revolution in industrial agriculture.
Right.
And I just knew that this would be an end to freedom. It would be an end to diversity. And we have watched since 92, when the first GMO commercial seeds were commercialized, basically corn and soya and canola and cotton are spread because they carry with them patent royalties. People didn't get up and sing in a chorus, give me more soya or give me more corn. And now we're growing far more corn and soya than people need and people ask for. Most of it is going for biofuel and animal feed.
Right.
There's this panic about the Ukraine war, but most of it is going for biofuel and animal feed. And both those things must be stopped. We don't need to divert precious food to biofuel. We don't need to divert precious grain to torture animals. The Green Revolution was a chemical revolution to use the leftover war chemicals from Hitler's labs. IG Farben, that created the chemicals to kill people, is still the consolidated group that holds the chemicals for the agriculture as well as adapting the seeds for chemicals, first in the Green Revolution and then through genetic engineering. Well, they can't deal with diversity. They have to have monocultures because external inputs require uniformity. Anything externally controlled is a uniform system. So monocultures, monopoly, centralization all go hand in hand. And on the other hand, diversity, democracy, decentralization go hand in hand. You mentioned you were visiting us when we had 100 rice seeds on the farm at Navdanya. We now grow 750 on the Navdanya Earth University farm, where I hope many of you will visit. We have an October course coming for the return to the earth, to the living seed, the living soil, living food, living economies, living democracies. But we have saved more than 4,000 varieties of rice across the different seed banks of India. And most importantly, some of these rice, we just saved everything. We were not discriminating. We were not racist for the seed. We said, if nature and our ancestors grew the seed, it has a value. We'll save it. Some of these seeds were salt tolerant. And after the cyclones, we have been able to grow back agriculture. Some of them were flood tolerant. Many are drought tolerant.
Yes.
India had evolved 200,000 rice varieties. But the idea that that there was no breeding till the chemical industry came into the seed system, I have learned through the work of Navdanya that actually that's not breeding. Adapting plants to chemicals is not a process evolving the plant. It is finding a market for chemicals. Genetic engineering is a wild war game. You shoot a gene with a gene gun. To shoot toxic genes, Bt toxic gene, Roundup ready genes with antibiotic resistance markers and viral promoters. This is genetic warfare.
Right.
And it has gone wrong. That's why the Bt cotton has failed. It's not controlling pests. It has driven farmers into debt and suicide. And those scenes are in the film that have been made. And I want to thank Camilla and Jim for working so hard to bring together all this reality that otherwise doesn't reach people, because I can tell you, I have been hounded by the Mark Linuses also, who are in that film, who are paid by the biotech industry to basically say that there were no suicides, farmers became millionaires. Yeah. So we live in a period of fake truth, bought media, and the truth of the seed can only come to us through actual seed saving.
Yes.
And then the seed speaks. And see, you don't need the Facebook fake truth. You don't need the Twitter jamming.
No,
the
not at all.
Speak to you. And
Yes.
I think the second very important thing is you get rid of chemicals, all seeds are relevant. Seeds became irrelevant because of chemical agriculture. And seeds became irrelevant for patenting. You reclaim the commons of the seed.
Yes.
And we have more seed for everyone. You never have a seed famine when the seed is in the community seed banks.